Polarizing. It's funny. Most polarizing athletes, I understand why they're polarizing. Like Westbrook, like he drives you nuts. He gets after fans. He unravels in the playoffs. Like I get it. Baker Mayfield can be kind of controversial. Like I get most controversial athletes. Allen Iverson, practice. I don't want to practice. Well, a lot of old school people don't want to hear that. Like I get it. Bobby Knight, we all understand that. I don't really get the LeBron controversy. He builds schools for kids. He once held a press conference, said, I'm going to play in Miami. I don't get it. The China stuff, everybody stepped in quicksand with that, those comments. But he said this, and I just thought this would drive people nuts. LeBron, there was a lockout in the NBA in 2011, like 9 years ago, and LeBron started changing his body for football. He said he loves football. He watches it every Sunday. He's on Twitter. He loves it. And he said the Seahawks had called him about a tryout in 2011. And LeBron came out and told The Athletic, I would have made the team. I would have tried out, but I would have made the team. One thing about it, I don't mind working for something. So, Cowboys, Seahawks, I would have stayed home, went back home to Cleveland. I would have tried, but I would have made the team. I know what I'm capable of doing on a football field, especially at that age. Now, LeBron was an all-state receiver in Ohio. Ohio's a good football state. He was like a sophomore. He was all-state as a sophomore. There's some pictures of him. Didn't have the greatest quarterback, but he was, listen, he was much more slender now than now. But, you can see he's an athlete. And, Travis Kelce is right now the best tight end in football. He's 6'5", 260, and runs a 4.6. LeBron is 6'9", 250, and in 2013 ran a 4.6. And LeBron would probably gain 10 to 12 pounds to be an NFL tight end. LeBron's always been great about changing his body. The question isn't whether LeBron James would have made the NFL. The question is how great would he have been? He would have been a much better football player than Michael Jordan was a baseball player. Michael Jordan didn't even look like a baseball player. If you watch Michael Jordan, he was too tall and gangly. He had a massive strike zone. What you want to have is a small little strike zone where a pitcher has to put it in perfect spaces. Michael was long. He had a long swing. He didn't run particularly well. He was a long strider. Like I always said this, Tim Tebow, you can look at Tim Tebow and say he could look a little bit like a baseball player. Michael didn't even look like a baseball player to me. He was too long and angular. LeBron James looks like a football player. And here's the thing. Jimmy Graham played almost no college football. He made 5 Pro Bowls. Antonio Gates played no college football, and he's going to make the Hall of Fame. The Colts have a guy named Mo Alley Cox, played no high school football. No, he played no college football. He played 1 year of high school football, and he's now a good tight end. So tight end's a very unique position. It's where you take the athlete and you kind of teach him often how to play. Now, occasionally you get a great guy in the draft, but we have multiple examples at tight end where you can not play a bunch of football in high school and college. And football's not golf. It's not tennis. It's not baseball. It's not even basketball or soccer. It's not about hours. If you're a great athlete, you can teach a guy how to play tight end. You can teach a guy, if he's got the physical components, you don't have to teach LeBron how to run and catch. He's got great hand-eye coordination. He's big, he's fast, he's strong, and we're looking at some video here. So the question with LeBron is, of course he would have made the NFL. The question is, how great would he have been? I don't think there's any question. He admits that Urban Meyer recruited him. Urban Meyer at the time may have been at Notre Dame. But, listen, LeBron, just think about this in the red zone. 6'9", 260, runs a fade. Who in the NFL matches up to that? Nobody. He's faster than Gronk. He's bigger and stronger than Travis Kelce. He may not be as crazy as George Kittle, but there's a component where there's some George Kittle going on with LeBron James. So, and again, 6'9", 250, 260, 4.6. I don't even think it's an argument. I think tight end's one of those positions. You just find an athlete. We got Antonio Gates, Mo Alley Cox, Jimmy Graham. They don't have a lot of football. They're basketball dudes. They just kind of figured out how to play. Get to the weight room, add some weight, and I don't remember if Jimmy Graham was a lousy blocker. I don't think Mo Alley Cox is much of a blocker. I don't know if Antonio Gates, I think, was okay. Better receiver than blocker, though. All right, so I showed you top of this hour